So every day we tune into what Donald Trump and the administration and our economy is up to, and it feels like we're in this crazy dystopian sci-fi movie mixed with South Park. That is our timeline. And look at this from the Trump people today. Genesis mission has arrived. This is our new initiative, the Genesis mission. And yes, it really does feel like a sci-fi movie. It doesn't feel real, right? The Genesis mission is wiring together the world's most powerful supercomputers, cutting-edge AI, and exclusive data sets across every major scientific field. And you guys kind of know how these movies turn out. I'm a big fan of sci-fi. If you are as well, I want to hear from you. But I like the movie Blade Runner, right? I like the movie Terminator, these kind of things. But I like them as movies, not necessarily as our reality. But this is a scene from Terminator, and the basic gist of it would be corporations control everything, right? You end up with just a few corporations. The Alien franchise is like that as well. And you ignore climate change and the weather runs wild, and then effectively got this like dark dystopia, and then we're all scrounging around for food, and then you got a massive divide between the rich and poor, right? Be it Hunger Games, be it Squid Game, or be it The Purge, which I think all these things are unfortunately like kind of where we're heading. When you look at what Fox News is putting out, and that they try to make it awesome, right? And I guess they got 2 AI symbols in this one. Why not? So supercharged, the Genesis mission will direct the Department of Energy and national labs to partner with private companies. See, I told you guys about this sci-fi stuff to accelerate AI-driven research and cement our leadership, I suppose. And you mix this stuff because our version, our timeline's not quite exactly Blade Runner, because we also have to throw in a little bit of religion. This is also from Trump, what we're up to. He says, this from Fox News, Faith Reborn. President Trump says America is finding its way back to church and to God. Okay. We have more people praying. The churches are coming back. Religion is back to America. Some people say, oh, why would you mention that? To me, that's a big deal. Religion is coming back to America. And he doesn't believe in this stuff. He just reads whatever's put in front of him, whatever his handlers tell him. But this is how you fool a lot of people. You make it sound like he's doing all these wonderful things for you. Oh, guys, we're going to pray again. But then also we're destroying the economy by barreling right on ahead to the dystopia, right? Karen Levitt, Trump launches Genesis mission. You name it this way also to fool your followers. Genesis mission to supercharge U.S. AI innovation. There's him signing it right there. You can see the stuff. This is all today. And I want you to see what Eric Trump is up to, who's in one of these sort of Genesis type projects that they're pushing. This is a data center. Watch.
Hey friends, Eric Trump. Welcome to American Bitcoin. It's a little sneak peek of our facility in Texas using American energy to mine Bitcoin right here on American soil. We could not be more proud of this facility. 35,000 of these servers right here, all liquid cooled, securing the network, mining Bitcoin. Every single day we mine about 2% of the world's Bitcoin supply, and we safeguard it every single day. So when people say that cryptocurrency is intangible, it's not. It's very tangible. And this right here, guys, is living proof. Take a look at the company. Come join us. We could not be more excited about our growth. I truly believe that we're building one of the great crypto companies anywhere on Earth. 1,000.
So that's our future, guys, is data centers, right? Data servers and Bitcoin and crypto, whatever. And there's Eric Trump. I'm showing you guys this stuff because I want you to see the reality of it. Whenever they promote this stuff, this is what we're talking about. These are the kind of buildings. And you can see Trump is the only one in there, says Eric. There's no other workers in the video because there's not that many people who have jobs in this kind of world. And that's why I mentioned like before, it's like the Matrix, right? Where I guess we're all going to be batteries for the machines. It's laughable, it's sad, it's absurd all at the same time. And if you watch sci-fi movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The naming of the Genesis mission thing, first thing I thought of was obviously Star Trek 2. If you know this movie, you can write in the comments. But it's basically, hey, let's blow up the planet and remake it. The Genesis, if you guys know the movie. If you want to talk about Terminator Genesis, let's replace us all with robots. The robots take over. And then listen to what Elon Musk has to say about this kind of world.
With XAI.
Yeah, we're excited to announce that we're doing a 500 megawatt. 500
megawatt.
500 megawatt, yeah.
We're doing 500, we're doing 500 megawatts.
Sorry,
Not
there's
quite,
yeah. No, the 500 gigawatt one will have to wait. So that'll be $8 bazillion trillion.
Stop that.
So yeah, we're doing a XAI and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are doing a
Humane, 500 megawatts, starting with 50 megawatts phase one, and we're doing it with NVIDIA.
So that's what we're talking about here. The Elon Musk and the Donald Trumps, right? They're teaming up. They're bringing us the future quicker to America, and the future supposedly is like data centers everywhere. And you can see Elon Musk just laughing away. And listen to the stuff they're talking about on Fox News. This is from the Department of Energy. They're talking about what Trump's plan is.
President Trump just making an announcement on AI. White House correspondent Edward Lawrence live at the White House this afternoon with all the details. Edward.
Yeah, he signed an executive order related to what's called the now Genesis mission. It brings together all of the 17 federal labs under the Department of Energy and partners them with private companies and supercharges all of these projects with artificial intelligence. Now,
if you listen to it, just that first part, right? So, okay, we're going to take the government. We're going to, quote, partner with all these private companies, meaning the companies are buying off the government. That's how I read that. And it's like weird to just hear them talk about Genesis mission on TV, isn't it? It's strange. It just feels like the beginning of a sci-fi movie, and it all turns out not so great at the end. You guys know how these games are played. I mean, that's why I said it doesn't feel real. Trump makes an AI announcement, and also if you look behind the scenes of like, okay, so I guess the world's gonna be run by Eric Trump and Elon Musk, who are on whatever they're on. I mean, you guys can see how these people behave. Listen to some more with this stuff because there's more that they tell you with this.
with the signing of this executive order, it opens up the Department of Energy to input all the scientific data it has into an artificial intelligence model, then allows the AI data centers to build upon federal lands near those labs. Now, once powered up, the director of the office...
Did you guys hear that? They want to build on federal lands. And I'll get to that in a moment, but I'll just say this. I think there's a high chance they're going to try to go on national parks and stuff like that. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And you never know what kind of land they're going to be after. But this is their plan. You can actually see it, and this is the destruction of America. That's why I showed you guys the Blade Runner scene, to where if you ignore the environment, because remember, Republicans, Fox News, they hate any talk of protecting the environment. They hate that stuff. They hate regulations to protect the environment. They hate clean water. They hate clean air. They're all about profits as much as they can, and they're going to want to try to put this crap in your backyard for real. Look at this more. What they say though.
Office of Science and Technology Policy says scientific discoveries will make a huge leap.
This is the one place in the world where you can bring together biological data, national security data, data for material science, for chemistry, all in one place under one roof where you can train models to accelerate scientific discovery. So the key is how you can dramatically accelerate the types of discoveries we're having and to be quickly iterating among different hypotheses.
So this isn't just about training AI. This is about coming up with that next advancement.
Absolutely, and it covers so many fields. It covers from the way that we're thinking about plasma physics relating to fusion, about biotechnology, and about the works that we can do with healthcare and drug discovery. It touches material science and chemistry. And the key is that the data that you need to train these models in order to accelerate this discovery is very much housed at the Department of Energy.
And so when he lists off all of these different fields and all these different agencies, I'm just like, okay, so you want to replace jobs in like pretty much every single field. That's how I read that. They're going to say, no, it's all about innovation and we have to beat China. That'll be a theme, which I'll show you in a moment here. But I mean, that's just how I read this stuff. Like, you know, and the people who are running said things, you know, that's why you have to put all this stuff together, are completely incompetent. So you have all these crazy, incompetent, and greedy, got to mention that as well, greedy individuals who are pushing this in every field and moving as quickly as possible. And I don't think their followers in MAGA land understand this stuff at all. Like, again, that's why you have to bring up the religion stuff, because they just fool them. Say, hey guys, religion is coming back in America. Vote for me. Vote for religion, right? And that's how they run their party. But when you look at the economics of this stuff, it is not in favor of the regular people at all. Just keep watching.
His department will be the central hub for first connecting the Department of Energy data and then expanding it to other government agencies.
We need the government to get out of the way and unleash American innovation in the area of AI. Like with the Apollo mission and the Manhattan Project, we've just got to pull together the greatest technical talent in the United States, the greatest data sets in the United States, supercompute, and get the barriers out of the way and let innovation happen.
So the project starts with smaller collaborations in the first and second quarter of next year and then is fully operational in 2027.
Fully operational in 2027. It's now sounds like we're talking about the Death Star. It's crazy stuff. It's just wild stuff. And then wave the American flag. I was thinking about too when they're talking about this, like, you know, I mentioned before Jurassic Park. There's the famous line. You know, people are so busy thinking about could we do something, they didn't stop to think about should we do something, right? And when the one guy is talking about, oh, we have to, you know, get rid of regulations. I hate regulations, that kind of stuff. That's basically saying, hey guys, we don't care about your jobs. We don't care about your children's safety. We don't care about the environment. We just want to push those profits. And that's what this all stuff is about, right? The guy here is talking about, and I think that might be right, is his name. Because when they mention, you know, regulation, it'd be something like, hey, let's not build on federal land because there's regulations. Let's not do that. Let's not drill in certain places because, hey, you know, regulations, we don't want to damage the environment. Hey, let's not just dump crap into the water, right? These kind of things. But that's why I mentioned the Blade Runner future. I want you guys to understand like what we're talking about, so you get it. This is also someone, I think this is someone also in Trump administration. Listen to what they have to say.
We have a race to be the AI capital of the world, and we have to win it. There's uncertainty out there. There are people who are spooked by AI, and they're concerned about possible lost jobs. They're worried about who's going to control information in the future. Those concerns are understandable, but if we just hit the brakes and let China win this race, it's going to be a lot harder, maybe impossible, to catch up later. Now, to win this race, it requires more baseload power here in the United States. And the good news is that we have all sorts of different investment coming in. It's amounting into the trillions, where ground is already being broken for data centers across the country. I mean, I've seen it from West Memphis, Arkansas, $4 billion Google data center that just broke ground. I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, where Microsoft has new data centers that are getting built. It's happening all throughout America, and that's a good thing. Unfortunately, what was happening with the last administration at the...
And he'll blame Biden this, Biden that, right? So that is Lee Zeldin from the EPA. So this is a guy who is supposed to be protecting the environment, but of course, Trump people don't care. They don't care at all about this stuff. They're just like, you know what? Let's build data centers everywhere. Let's get as many as we possibly can, and you know, screw the water, screw the trees, screw the air. Who needs any of that stuff? That's how these people think. It's all about the greed and the dollar signs for them. It is frankly sick, and I have to point this stuff out because I think a lot of the MAGA people don't follow this stuff. He even addresses, oh, don't worry about the job loss, not a big deal, right? And put this together with this. This is something that we just talked about in the last video, where Trump wants to raise the fees, or not wants, I guess they're going to raise the fees January 1st on all of our national parks, and it basically is going to chase tourism away. If you want to take a family of four to a national park, if you're coming from another country, the increase will be like $435. It's ridiculous. We just talked about in the last video. It's ridiculous because they want to charge $100 a person. And so I think what they may do then, if that chases away all tourism, then Trump will say, look, our national parks are not making any money. Nobody's coming. I don't know why they're not coming. And so we got all this land that no one's using. Let's just go ahead and start drilling and building data centers. And then look at one of Trump's people says today. This is one of the Nick guy. Okay, and he's one of the Trump people, right? Like the Trump influencer person. This is what he says. Let's listen. Just in, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum announced foreigners will be paying triple the price of Americans for a national park admission beginning in 2026. Again, a family of four would be like $435. And according to Nick, he says, finally, wow, Nick's celebrating. Nick says, for foreigners have been abusing and clogging up our parks for years. Americans are finally being prioritized. So Nick is like, man, I just hate tourists. I hate tourism. I hate people coming here to spend dollars. Oh, I just want to kick out all the tourists. I just listen to these people. Seriously, like, is this a regular person? Are people so angry at other countries that we don't want tourism? Like we just hate tourists? Is that what we're saying here? I mean, I'm laughing here, but honestly, it's sick. It's sad. If you want to be more, just tell you the truth, it's racist. This is Donald Trump America, and you got to point this stuff out. And any competent business person will tell you the truth on this stuff. Hey, I want customers. Any competent business person will say, hey, I want tourism, right? I want a burgeoning economy. I want to be welcoming to customers. And these people, I'm telling you guys, racism is expensive, you know, and they're celebrating people not coming. It's absolutely insane. But I think their plan then is to make it so the parks are, you know, not making any money. And then, hey, let's build data centers there. Listen to Besant talk about our plans also.
That's natural, but are there things we can do together? Yes. We have the relationship in a good place. President Trump is going to do a state visit to Beijing. She is going to come to the U.S. for a state visit. He'll also be in the U.S. for the G20 at Doral, and President Trump may attend the APEC summit in Shenzhen in November. So if there are 4 meetings during the year, I think that gives the relationship great stability.
So the reason why I'm showing you guys this stuff is because they say on one hand, we have to beat China, we have to beat China, we have to beat China. And then the other hand, they're saying, okay, and beat China in regards to AI and crypto, whatever. Trump always says that. And then he's like, oh, and then we're going to meet them 4 times. It's like, okay. So what are we doing? So every day on the news, we talk about how much we hate China. And then now we're bragging about how much we meet China. Like the whole stuff is bizarre. You have the AI stuff, which is essentially this dystopian future. Plus you have this bizarre foreign policy of how we treat, you know, other countries. And then supposedly they're supposed to buy stuff from us, but that may not come through. Listen to this.
My understanding is that you said in the White House, it said that China was going to buy 12 million metric tons of soybeans from the United States by January. We're now just about a month and a half away from that. They have, according to the USDA report, only made 2 big purchases, and they total in total 332,000 metric tons. How is that pledge, if that is a real pledge, and China has not confirmed that pledge, going to be made in that quick a time?
Andrew, thank you. We're actually about 1.5 million metric tons, but your point is still salient, right? That 1.5 million of 12 million, we've got a significant way to go. I know.
And so basically they just admitted there, you know, with Trump saying, oh yeah, all these millions are coming in, we're going to sell all this, you know, soybeans in China, 12 million metric tons. And they're like, oh, we've only sold maybe 1.5 to. I have to point this out because when you talk about the AI, I show you the reality of what it is. It's very different than the stuff that they're promising. The same way that the way they talk about China and the way the reality is also very, very different. And you got to look through, frankly, much of their lies and misrepresentations of stuff to find out the truth. And I try my best to go over it with you guys. And I think it's important. I think a lot of people aren't paying attention to this stuff, and they should be. Because if you wonder why are Americans struggling, why is the government, you know, failing, it's because of this kind of stuff. They're completely out of touch with the regular American people, and they don't really have much concern about that. They just are Trump's like, hey, I'm building my ballroom. Look how awesome my ballroom is, butting up with, you know, all these big donors essentially. And then your country and the world is run by Elon Musk and Eric Trump, and then you get the dystopia. That's how this thing goes, and that's why I said it's like this. We're watching this sci-fi South Park timeline. It's bizarre to see it actually in real time. I didn't think I'd ever see this stuff. I mean, the stuff you see in the movies, like how ridiculous it is, but we're actually watching it in real time. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. I do appreciate your time, and I'll catch you on the next video.